In the name of God, hello everyone. I, Fatima, and my co-host Ali are here with you for another episode of The Fact. Ali?
Hello there, hello everyone, hello Mihal and Mark, and thank you Fatima for, giving me the honor again.
Thank you. Welcome Mark, welcome Mihal to the conference. We're going to talk about Barack Obama's presidency. Okay, for the first one, you laughed, Mihal, why?
Oh, you said Barack Obama's presidency as if it should hold some authority, that statement, but I'll explain
it was
later
very
with my answers.
meaningful. It was very meaningful. Okay, for the first question, Mark and Mihal, I'm going to ask you, both of you, the same question. How do you analyze the presidency of Obama? It's a general question, but we're going through it to the details. Mark, would you please start?
Okay. My impressions of the Obama presidency, of course, in order to provide a proper answer to this, we have to understand that the office of the presidency belongs to Israel, and it has for at least the last 50 years. Mm-hmm. Even though we've had right-wing presidents, we've had left-wing presidents, we've had Republican administrations, we've had Democratic administrations, they all belong to Israel because these various presidents owe their elections to the Jewish lobby in the United States, which provided the money and the support in the media for their election. And they have to provide certain assurances and promises to those very powerful organized Jewish interests, Zionist interests, some people prefer to use that term. They have to provide certain assurances to them in order to get elected. And so in any answer, in any discussion about the Obama presidency or about the Bush presidency before that, or the Clinton presidency, or any of them going all the way back to Harry Truman, we have to understand that Israel is actually the one that holds that office. And so while we can look at the last 7 years of the Obama administration and to say, wow, there have certainly been some very interesting things that have taken place, this whole contention and this conflict that existed between Obama and Netanyahu is something that nobody has seen in the 50 years of this existence between the United States and Israel. But I think that we have to be very careful about making bigger assumptions, such as the United States is turning against Israel. No. Obama was put in office in order to save Israel from the likes of Netanyahu. Obama was elected with very, very powerful Jewish money out of Chicago, very, very powerful Zionist power interests that brought him into office. And it was basically done in order to allow things to cool off a little bit. Because if Netanyahu keeps pushing forward, Netanyahu and his Likud party, if they keep pushing forward with the type of aggressiveness and growling and everything else that Netanyahu and Likud are famous for, it's going to wake people up. They're already beginning to wake up. So Obama basically was put there in order to put people back to sleep You know, the destruction of the Middle East under Obama continued just as it did under George Bush. The only difference is that the United States wasn't invading countries the way that 8 years of George Bush took place. And instead, they funded these color revolutions in Egypt and in Tunisia. And of course, we saw the destruction of Libya. We see now the destruction of Syria. But all of it has the same bottom line goal, which is to destabilize the Middle East, to raise Israel up as a superpower, and ultimately to erase the glorious revolution that the Iranians succeeded in achieving in 1979.
I see. So you're going to say that whatever people are witnessing, to give them the assumption that the U.S. and the Israelis becoming enemies or really having disagreements with each other, these are all not real, actually, right?
That's correct. Now it's true that Netanyahu and Obama don't get along because they have a difference of approach. You know, if we want to use the analogy of hired killers, assassins, you have assassins, and I apologize to your viewership ahead of time for the very graphic description that I'm about to give. But you have assassins who will strangle their victims to death slowly, quietly.
Sorry,
and then you
Mark,
have assassins.
I'm sorry, just please. I'm going to record this conference, but there's something has happened with my recording device, and
Okay.
I don't want to
Recording.
miss anything you're saying.
Yes.
Annie,
Okay.
Yes.
aren't you recording the conference? Are you? Are you recording? Okay, great. So go on. Thank you.
Okay. So again, I'll apologize to your viewers ahead of time for the very graphic description that I'm about to give. You have two types of killers. You have killers who are they will strangle their victims to death, which obviously is much quieter, does not arouse as much suspicion. And then you have killers who will take a gun and they will blow their victims' brains out. Again, my apologies for the graphic nature of the description. Basically, what I've just done here is to describe the differences that exist between somebody like Obama and somebody like Netanyahu. Obama has strangled the Middle East, these Middle Eastern countries, through this process known as the Arab Spring, as opposed to George Bush, who invaded these countries and created this very loud situation that we would call the mass murder of millions of people. So this is the difference that exists between somebody like Netanyahu and somebody like Obama. They both are out to achieve the same thing, which is the destruction of the Middle East. It's just that one is a little bit more sophisticated and a little bit more clever about how he does it, as opposed to Netanyahu, who's very loud, he's very brash. He likes the very dramatic, with planes flying and with bombs falling and with armies crossing borders. Netanyahu likes it very loud, and Obama, and more importantly, the powerful Zionist interests who got him elected, they prefer a quieter approach to it.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Ali, can I be sure that you're recording the whole conference properly? Are you sure? Because
I'm
I don't
recording
know
it
what happens
totally. Don't worry.
what happened to my recording software, but it is not working.
I just have one
Okay.
question.
Great, thank you.
Well,
Okay,
before
Michael,
Mihal is
please go on.
maybe just let Mihal to explain about that, and then
Okay.
after that I will ask it for both of you.
Okay.
Okay. Well, to be honest, Barack Obama's presidency has been one utter failure, and even from the perspective of his Zionist donors, as Mark referred to, because basically they didn't want any deal with Iran. They wanted America to go to war with Iran. And basically, it shouldn't be a surprise that Obama was a Zionist puppet, because point blank thing, a famous scientist of Goldman Sachs Predator Bank.